Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am. Well, yes, I can.
Yes, I'm
thank you.
back,
I see someone
Patrice.
got on, so
Yep.
perfect. Let me mute myself.
Back. Sorry, guys. It's been real hot, so my phone overheated. But we'll go ahead and get started. How you guys doing? How y'all doing? Can y'all hear me? Or am I stuck?
We can
No,
hear
we
you.
can hear
We can hear
You good?
you.
You
I
good?
think I think Nick said he was trying to get on and he's in the waiting room.
I got him. Sorry. If you guys can just let me know if somebody's in the waiting room, because it's hard for me to share my screen and then look at that as well.
Right. So let's get started. Hey, you guys. Sorry about last week. We were supposed to have the meeting, but when we calendared it out, we do every fourth Thursday of the month, assuming that the fourth Thursday would be the end of the month, the last week of the month. And so when we realized we had the dates mixed up, that's why we canceled the meeting. But yeah, so I want to get started. Let's start with the icebreaker. What's one leadership skill you want to build or sharpen this year? Feel free to drop it in the chat, or you could yell it out. What's one leadership skill you want to build on or sharpen this year? Feel free to drop it in the chat. Anybody want to go? One leadership skill you want to build on this year. Don't be shy.
I guess I'll go first. It's me, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
Hi. I got something to sharpen. I think I work on it a lot, but I want to talk to people. Oh my God. I want to talk to people in a way to motivate them to be better, not like a negative way. I've been working on it a lot at work. And I just want to sharpen it. I think I do
So,
a good job, but I kind of want to, huh?
so what I'm hearing is like positive reinforcement instead of negative. So when someone comes to you, instead of being like kind of not necessarily negative, but you know how we have a tendency to be like, yeah, girl, I know, and they do it right, but more positive
Oh,
reinforcement.
man. I'm sorry, this man on the freeway is just oh my goodness, people are crazy. But yeah, to be agreeing with the negativeness or
Mm-hmm.
like basically and like allowing it or like going along with it. I'd rather like give them a way to kind of look at it a lot more positive, like you know.
Yes, a more positive perspective.
Yeah, I
Got
do
it.
it with like my special needs. You know, at my store
Mm-hmm.
that I work around, like I have a good relationship with him and I'm always reinforcing the positive stuff when he come to me with negative stuff. But it's hard to do that with regular people because you know you kind of don't get to them, you know, as like you should.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of
Mm-hmm.
just want to sharpen that going like forward across the board more. I do it, but I want to just kind of be real strong and sharp at it.
Got it. Got it. Some we could agree with that. I think we all have a tendency to do that sometimes. I see in the
Mm.
chat Viller put how I communicate while coaching others. I think that kind of go hand in hand with what Ashley's kind of saying, right?
Yeah.
Um, I see a hand up, Angie.
Hey guys. Well, one, I think a friend of mine is in the waiting room. He's trying to join
Let
us.
him in right now.
Oh, awesome! He's from my store, meat department, Kevin. And well, for me, I want to sharpen up my public speaking skills. How to um bring what's everything that's in my head, how to articulate it correctly and in a way where it really um resonates with anyone who's like listening, um and it goes to what like Ashley's saying, like the positive reinforcement, like being able to really convey that through public speaking. And I think just because I talk a lot doesn't mean I'm really good at public speaking.
I feel that. I took speech in college, and so that helped a lot with public speaking. So, and then also like with public speaking, when you get nervous, you tend to like your brain goes blank, right? And so that's also one of the issues I think I've had in the past when speaking like in front of people. And I still get nervous, believe it or not, speaking in front of like people.
What?
I do. And I get nervous and then my brain goes blank. So I think we deal with that. And then we got some more in the chat. I see, let's see. Nick said mentoring coworkers to bring out long-term success. Oh, wow. I'm going in. I like that, Nick.
Yeah, Nick.
Make sure we take a screenshot of what's in the chat. We got Joanne. Joanne said pivoting. Ooh, talking to new members due to route change. So you got a new district, Joanne. So Joanne's a union rep for 324, and it sounds like you got a new district. And so whenever you get a new district and you get new members, you have to pivot, right? Because you built relationships with your past members. Now you have a whole new turf. So I definitely understand that. Then we have Pajan. Pajan says, sharpen my knowledge of the contract. I'm going to snap that, making it relatable to the question that's asked. Yes. It's so much jargon in the contract. Oh my God. It's so hard to explain and sometimes hard to understand what's in the contract. So just so you guys know, we have asked leadership to make like, an easier version that we could follow along with, right? So that's a really good one. And then hope everyone is having an okay evening. Yes, Nick, having a great evening. And then I have a hand up. Is that Jesse?
Hey, yeah, it was me. I want to sharpen my organizing skills. I haven't done any organizing training at all, other than like the labor notes a couple weeks ago. So I think it'll be helpful for me just because, like, obviously I know how to talk to my fellow pharmacists, but there's still like a lot of work that I could do and some things to learn just on organizing in general.
Like, or starting from the basics, organizing one-on-one. When we took the OI training, those of us who took it on this call, Angie was one of those. It's really difficult to kind of have a structured conversation, right? And hitting all the pointers and making sure you're doing the ask. So that's actually a good one. And once we get into the meeting, we want to talk about trainings. Are there different trainings that we can either have, host, or find to attend, right? So that's a good one. Anything else? Did I miss anything? Nick said like making graphics, PDF images to send around on the contract. Yeah, that's a good one. Like, yeah, did you know? Even stuff like that. Like, did you know that you get this much time for your break? Did you know if they call you back early, you have the right to start it over? So things like that. Yeah, when it comes to contract language. Anything else? Anything else about any leadership skill you want to build or sharpen this year? No? Okay. So I just want to welcome you guys. Ooh, sorry. I'm sitting in this parking lot and she done squeezed by me. I want to welcome you guys. As you know, I'm the chair of Minority Coalition. I'm Sam. Hi, everyone. I just I took up a new hobby, you guys, and I started taking Legree, and that is like Pilates to the like 10th power. And I just finished I took it early today so that we could have this call. That's why I looked all washed out and crazy. Because Megan wore me out today. I'm so tired. But we talk about leadership skills and what we want to work on. And one thing I wanted to work on is consistency, being like consistent, choosing something, whether it's a hobby or a task, and like sticking through it. And actually, like, this is my 11th class, I believe. So I've been doing 2 classes a week for a whole month. And I'm like, okay, if I could do 2, now I could do 3. So I just started doing 3 classes a week. So that's what I've been working on. So sorry for my appearance, a little tired. But yeah, so I'm the chair of the Minority Coalition. And then we have 2 co-chairs. Is Reggie on the call? Where Reggie is?
Yes.
Hi, Reggie. Hi, Reggie.
Greetings and salutations to all.
Reggie, you want to talk about what you do here? I mean, now you do it all.
I'm about to say, generally, I do whatever they tell me to do. Sometimes I veer away from that, and I am the rep for the cannabis division. Sometimes I'm the negotiator for the cannabis division. Today, I was the organizer for the cannabis division, and shout out to Alec for his help. But it's good to see everybody, even though you can't see me. I'm having a bad beard day, so forgive me.
Got Reggie. Reggie's the co-chair of Minority Coalition. And then we have Miss Patrice.
Hello, everybody. My name is Patrice Smiley. I am the supervisor of our contract compliance department, and that is the department that you guys call when you have contractual questions or you need to file a grievance. So that is me. I'm your co-chair and your secretary treasurer of Minority Coalition.
And everything else, Patrice. Patrice holds everything together. We could go forward. So we like to talk about our core values. They're very important, especially those who are joining us today. If you're new on this call today, put a 1 in the chat. I ain't gonna put y'all on the spot, but just tell us, say hey. I think we got some new folks tonight, but we always want to go through what our core values are. Our core values, we focus on diversity, we focus on equity, inclusion, and leadership development. Hey, Kevin, thank you for joining us. We know that DEI is under attack in this country, and so we want to keep lifting that up because it's not a bad thing. When we talk about diversity, we're talking about encouraging a broad range of voices and perspectives, right? Centering our voices, hearing our perspectives, right? We belong to a union that's a melting pot of everyone, but the importance of having constituency groups is to center certain voices so that we're all heard. Okay. We talk about equity, which is ensuring fair treatment for all workers, especially Black workers. We want it to be equitable, not equal, equity, right? Inclusion, fostering a welcoming environment for members and allies. Fostering a welcoming environment for members and allies. This is a safe space for everyone, right? And we want to make sure that it stays that way. We like to call ourselves a family. I think that we truly are a family. And with families, we have a good time. We have great conversations. Sometimes we have arguments. Sometimes we have disagreements. But because we're a family, we work together. We figure it out, right? And it only makes us stronger. And then leadership development. That's how we started this meeting, right? What are some leadership skills you want to sharpen or focus on? Leadership development is so important. It's so important, right? We always want to think about not just the next generation, but the next group of labor leaders. Who's going to replace me when, as I go? Who's going to replace those who are retiring? We always want to develop new leaders, especially within this union. Any questions about that? No? Did I miss anybody in the chat? No. Okay, go forward. And what is Minority Coalition 770? The UFCW 770 Minority Coalition mission is to empower Black workers in the labor movement by promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion through leadership development, right? There go our core values again. We strive to create a safe and empowering space for Black workers, staff, and allies to share their experiences and advocate for fair treatment and better opportunities in the workplace. That's what we focus on here at Local 770. What is the Minority Coalition overall, right? So we are kind of like a branch of the Minority Coalition through UFCW International Union. We're a coalition within the United Food and Commercial Workers Union dedicated to advancing equity, representation, and opportunity for workers of color and marginalized communities. We advocate for fair labor practices, address workplace inequality, and build leadership pathways through education, outreach, and empowerment, strengthening workers' voice and creating a more inclusive labor movement. So those of you who know or don't know, the International UFCW have 4 constituency groups. And those constituency groups are Minority Coalition, which that's what we are, Women's Network, right? Obviously, Center Women's Voices, United Latinos, and then Outreach for our LGBTQ members. Minority Coalition was the first constituency group formed at the international UFCW international level, because there wasn't a space for women, there wasn't a space for Latinos, there wasn't a space for anybody, right? And so Minority Coalition was that first, especially for Black workers, was the first constituency group that was created around in the 1970s, right? Especially because there was a huge gap in leadership amongst Black workers. And so that was the first one. As years progressed and, you know, women's got their rights and other groups got their rights, they started to branch out and create other constituency groups. Okay. So I'm pretty proud to be a part of Minority Coalition, the oldest and the first group. And with Minority Coalition International, I actually sit on the board as the recording secretary. And so the work that we do here at 770 has kind of like pushed and shaped the work that we do at the international level, I would say, right? Anybody else want to comment on that who's been a part of Minority Coalition since our inception? Patrice, Ash. Is Key on the line?
Yeah, she's on. I'll just say, if you guys actually follow our International Minority Coalition page, you'll see a lot of the work that we've done. They always recognize what we do, and I think that's, you know, very important for us to see, because we don't always get recognition other places. So to see that they're noticing us at the international level, it's an amazing feeling.
And so much so that I think we were like the first local union to bring members to the international conference that happens every November. And we bring so many people with us, so many members with us, that now the international has decided to sponsor a certain amount of our members to attend the conference. So a lot of the work we do here does shape the work that we do at the international level. And then did I see a hand or a question?
We got somebody else in the waiting room.
Question: how can I join this with you guys? And then Kevin said, how can I join you guys? Hey, you on the call, you joining now. We ain't letting you go.
Yeah.
Kevin, we got you. We'll
follow
up after the call too. You stuck with us. And so we planned out one thing this constituency group do well is that we plan, right? We planned out the vision for this year, and we started this the end of last year, I want to say, right, as a constituency group. And we decided what our focus was. And our focus this year, and now as we're getting towards the last few months of the year, it was to strengthen member engagement. I think we've been doing that. What do you guys think? I mean, talk back. I want this to be collaborative. We said we were going to strengthen member engagement. Have we done that?
Yes, we have.
Shout it out.
We have.
Shout it out.
Yes. We have new members on this call, and we have members who've been a part of this who are more active right now. So
we wanted to build more member power. Have we been building more member power?
Yes.
Who say I can't hear it? Who say yes? Okay. Any examples of how we done that?
That's a little one.
I think just our Juneteenth event itself just shows how much we are engaging and, you know, getting people out there and getting the community together. So I think that's one example.
Any more examples of building more member power?
Yes, collaborating with other unions or other groups like PDPU, the LA Fed, collaborating with them, and that's basically giving notice to members that maybe not know about the Minority Coalition that, hey, it's not just about Local 770, it's a lot bigger than that.
A lot bigger. What about organizing workers for a more member-led union?
Yeah, I was just going to add, and this kind of overlaps with everything, but the way that Minority Coalition had presented to the e-board, and like the way that you guys explained how, we bring members out to the conferences for their first year, and then their second year, they're really there as like mentors and having the members actually present things. I think we're doing a really good job at getting members engaged, keeping them engaged, but also like developing more leadership skills to pass on.
Yeah, I think that we also focus a lot on trying to center your voices as members, right? Inviting you guys to come to eBoard to speak, making sure that we have space at trainings, making sure that we have the funds, right, to go to conferences and hold up space where everybody know who you are. Everybody know Local 770 or the West Coast girls, right, and guys. So we try very hard here to make sure that your voices are always centered. Are we perfect? We're not perfect, but we do work to be. And then expanding leadership development. I think that we're still working, and as we get to move on in this discussion, we're still working at that. We're still working towards expanding more leadership development, increasing visibility and impact. I think we're doing that. I mean, with the events that we're having, and we have some more coming up. And then I think Pajan touched on this: coalition building and building relationships. That's so important, especially building relationship across unions, building relationships in the community, the voluntary event that we do every fourth Saturday of the month, right? All of those things are important because you're not just workers, you're workers who live in communities, who have families, right? Who have other needs. So it's really important that we focus on these things. And I think that we're doing a pretty good job overall for this year. What do you guys think? Yeah. You could thumbs up me too. There you go. Okay, so why are we here? This doesn't change. Share vision, priorities, and goals for 2026. Create pathways for membership engagement, issues-based campaigns, leadership development, diversity, equity, and inclusion in the workplace. That's not going to change. That's going to stay pretty steady throughout this year. Why this works matters. We've been talking about it already. Disparities, we know that there's huge disparities in hiring, promotions, leadership opportunities that still exist. Can we agree with that? Or has that changed? I don't think it has. Union membership provides protection, a voice, and opportunity, but equity is not automatic. We could look at different classifications. If you work in a grocery store, where are the most Black workers? What classification are they? They lower classifications or higher classifications? They food clerks? Are they gym clerks? Are they courtesy clerks? Are they in the back? I don't know. We don't have any Gelson's representation here, but shoot, the last time I followed up with the head of HR for Gelson's, she said it was less than 3% of Black workers at Gelson's. And those who are at Gelson's, a lot of those Black workers are in the back in the kitchen washing dishes.
And working at night.
Unfavorable shifts, right? Coalitions ensure Black workers are not just represented, but heard and are leading. That's why constituency groups are important. Not to be divisive, right? Because some people will try to go with those talking points. It's not to be divisive. It's to make sure that our voices are heard and that we are leading. Okay. And lastly, this work strengthens the workplaces for all workers, not just a few or select. All workers, not just a few or select. So we've been talking about some of the goals we should focus on. And remember, we listed out all these goals. You can go for it, Patrice, as a coalition and committee. And we decided on 3. So our top 3 goals for this year have been socials, mixer, community building as 1, right? 2, issues campaign, and then 3, leadership development. We talked about different ways to get there, right? Identifying the issues, start having conversations, get people to a meeting, trainings hosted by Ray Moya, and start grassroots organizing. So as we continue to talk and discuss and brainstorm ways to get to where we need to be for our 3 goals that we have, we've kind of started doing the work already in some areas, right? Some areas are going to be easier than others. So with socials, mixers, community building, we talked about different ways that we can come together as community, right? And these are all, we don't need to go through all of them, but some of them, game nights, East Side Riders. What's East Side Riders? Let me find out somebody ride a motorcycle. I don't remember what East Side Riders are, but for some reason that just caught my attention. Do anybody remember what that was?
Definitely not. Sorry.
I think somebody snuck that in there. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. But yeah, we listed all these things, participating in political race, Boys and Girls Club, career
I
days.
think I'm sorry, Sam. I think that was
Go ahead.
Lakeisha. No, I mean that's not from the same thing, right? Never mind. It's never mind.
TK, we be in so many different
I think that was when we were talking about
Zooms you use. That's CBTU, but I don't remember who put Eastside Riders in. Can you guys?
I'm trying to figure out who that was. Was that Michelle? Was that her?
Was that Michelle?
Because I remember they were just talking about joining like different groups that help.
Oh, like the run group.
Yes.
Maybe
I'm with my run group right now.
Is it Eastside Riders?
No.
Oh,
okay.
He said don't put that on her.
Black Girls Run.
Okay, y'all,
we gonna
remove Eastside Riders. I don't know where that came from. I believe somebody snuck that in there. But yeah, different run groups and stuff like that. And so we talked about those. You could go for it, Patrice. And then we talked about issues-based campaigns. So we brainstormed all these ideas, and then we focused on, go for it, a few of them. And those are the minimum hour guarantee. We know that there's issues with people not receiving their minimum hour guarantee, right? And that's all companies. That's not just like Arouse, Albertsons, Vons, Pavilions. It's also CVS. It's also other companies. We have La Colombe, which is like coffee, right? We have coffee shops. So across the board, we know that all members are suffering from minimum hour guarantee, right? And then we talked about learning your contract. I think Pajan said it earlier. She want to sharpen her skills and learn the contract. But I think that that's important for all leaders on this call, is to learn your contract. You ain't got to know it in and out. None of us do. None of us do, right? But you want to know the basics. Compile complaints for Fair Work Week. How many workers work in the city of LA?
I do.
Yeah. So we want to know more about Fair Work Week and develop campaigns based on that. And then lastly, we want to develop campaigns based on staff and language issue enforcement. We have this new staff and language in our contract, but what is going on, right? When people call out, are the companies calling people in? Are your managers calling people in? Are there lists that you can call from? Is that happening? And if that's not happening, what kind of campaign can we create here that we can work on here, right? That can benefit everyone. So those are some of the things that we want to talk about. And we're getting closer to that. Like I said, some of our goals are going to be a little easier than others. When you talk about issues-based campaigns, we really have to, all of this involves learning your contract, right? It involves how to talk to your coworkers. It involves how to organize, how to have one-on-one conversations, right? So that's going to take a little bit of work. But we know how to get there. Let's see if there's something in the chat. We're starting to know your contract training series in the Candace book. So can you include us, Reginald? You the man in charge. Can we turn some of our folks out to your training, Reginald?
I'm training the companies, unlike grocery where you guys just have Kroger. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I had about 11 different contracts. So we're just doing them company by company, and it started. We're taking on a lot of new Stizzy stores because of accretion. And when we do signups, we send members like a digital copy of their contract because our contracts aren't books like yours. They actually take normal staples. We haven't even gotten to industrial staples yet, but we send them an electronic copy, but the majority of members won't look at it. So with these new stores coming on, we've just taken on the attitude that we're gonna try to set up like not a daily training, but like twice a day, once every couple of weeks for these new people, just to kind of introduce them to the language in the contract, sort of like you were pointing out, Sam, like highlight certain things, wine garden rights, stuff like that, stuff that's, super important, or even the fact that they just can't come in and fire you because being a member of a union takes away your right to work. Stuff like that, stuff that people aren't as much aware of that they have a right to.
So it sounds like we can get with you to come up with our training.
I'm sorry?
I like that. I said it sounds like we could get with you to help us come up with our training.
With the grocery training?
Yeah, I think that knowing your contract is like general. We could talk offline.
What
it looks like.
No, I get what you're saying because a lot of it is like, for instance, like I said, wine garden rights, things of that nature. Like, I'd be willing. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. Okay. So we already got the ball rolling. Remember Ray was gonna help us with a lot of this stuff. Ray no longer works with us. And he's sick. But I told him I think what's gonna make him feel better is to kind of help out with some of the trainings because he loves to do it. And so he is really sick right now. But he's like, okay, what do you need? And so he's gonna write something for us, like a guide or something we can follow. So thanks, Reggie, for that. So then we talk about how do we get there? Let me see. Pajan dropped something in the chat. The staffing list sits in a schedule book blank, way in a break room, but yeah. So yes, Vons Albertsons Pavilions have this system where they have like these blank sheets where people can sign up for like additional shifts, but it's all the way in a break room in the schedule book, right? So a lot of people don't know about it. And if they do, the management still aren't using it. They're not using it. And we do have a link to report, and we could send that out to you guys. But yeah, thanks, Pajan. I missed anything? Why have the union told the membership that Ray is out of the union now for about 2 months now? That Eric is now leadership. I don't know, Nick. I just go here. I don't know. But I'm telling you guys because he's, a part of this constituency group. He parted ways with Local 770. Eric Aviles is now our deputy director. And yeah, I know, Ray, but you know what? Ray is still working with us because he loves us. So, but he's just sick. He's sick right now. Otherwise, he'd probably be on the call.
You know what, Sam? I wanted to add, and I don't even know if this is like fully open to everyone, but there is a position open at the local now. So I know that we had kind of talked about like when there is opportunity to let people know. I don't know if it's open for everyone.
Yeah,
Like
the lead, what is it?
The lead
We could talk about that.
organizing.
Yeah. Can we put that in the parking lot? And then we could send that out too.
Yeah.
The lead external organizer position. Yes. We'll parking lot it, and then we'll send that info via WhatsApp and in our groups as well. So if anybody wants to apply. Thanks, Jess, for flagging that. Yes, they do report to the organizing director. It's external organizing. Okay, so how do we get there? Knowing your contract, which that seems to be important to everybody on this call. We have to identify leaders, right? But in order to identify leaders, we have to know how to identify leaders and who's a leader and an activist, right? Organizing one-on-one, which is important. How you talk to your coworkers, how do you move people towards action? Starting a subcommittee. We're going to talk about that next. And then using a binder for training. Using a binder for training organization. I'm assuming that's a guide, like to have, like if we're going to train, there's one way to do it, I guess, and having a guide so that if anybody wants to step in, you know where to pick, you know what to do based on that training guide. So last time we talked about our issue-based campaign and our subcommittee. And I know we had a few people sign up. Are we missing people on this list? I know we had TK, we had Ashley, we had Angie, we had Angela, Nick, Jess. Pajan, were you on this? Were you a part of this?
No. But
would you like to be a part? I think so. Yeah, I think because
are you telling me?
Yes, she is. You know her very well.
I don't do that.
You know her very well.
Do I do that? No, I think that because you are in a valley, it's important to have your voice, right?
Sure.
Sometimes we forget how big this union is. And you always remind us, like, hey, don't forget about us. And I think that it's important because some of the issues you deal with in the Valley is different from what we deal with here in LA. Even Nick, right, where you are, is different than what we deal with in LA. So it's kind of important to have people in different areas around this union because we are so large. Who else would like to be a part of our subcommittee? Don't all raise your hands at once.
Or I know from experience, she will volunteer you guys. So,
yeah, Viller.
See,
I was gonna say everybody on this call just saw what happened to me.
Viller, would you like to join the subcommittee?
Sure. I don't know what it is because I'm working, so I'm listening. But yeah, you can fill me in later. Thank you.
Okay, let's sign. Oh, I can add Viller. So Viller actually is a part of 1442. And so, yeah, we are one union, but different locals do things differently, but it'll be good, right? In terms of the overall minority coalition to have different perspectives. Just like we have Joanne from 324. And I know, Joanne, your name's not on here, but I mean, obviously, you're a part of it. I'm going to put in a writer.
Go ahead, Abby.
Who else? Are we missing anybody? Kevin, I know you knew, but don't be scared.
Kevin.
Look at Kevin. He said yes.
Kevin.
Okay, we're broadening our committee. Okay, and so if anybody else who's on the call would like to join, is that everybody on this call? So is that everybody on this call? You feel free to join. And so what we'll do with this is we'll send a separate email to the subcommittee to plan out a day that we could meet to start talking about how we address some of these issues in the workplace and put a plan in place. And then with that committee, what I would like to do, thank you for moving forward, the leadership development, right, is how to develop all of you guys through trainings, through different opportunities within the union. Okay, so that's the goal. So leadership development is one of the areas that we are always working at. And it starts with, so CBTU, under 40 leaders, young workers, right? For those of you who don't know what CBTU is Coalition of Black Trade Unionists. And the banner of like the broader constituency group under the AFL-CIO, that's like the banner for Black workers and allies, because it's not just Black workers that participate. But we do a lot of leadership development under that banner of CBTU, specifically under 40 leaders, which I'm the chair for Southern California, and I guess soon to be chair for the whole region. Mentorship is important for us. Each one teach one. If you have somebody in the workplace that you can grab a hold to, I think Pajan is good at that. Ashley's good at that. Many of you on this call is really good. Angie, right? Stepping into her leadership. Is good at mentoring people, bring them along. We talked about knowing your contract, know your rights. We're working on that still. As I said, trainings, mentoring, networking, promoting open opportunities are all a part of leadership development. Trainings, what training opportunities are coming up? I try to share whenever I hear something or receive something, I try to share it out. If there are limited amount of people we can send, I'm gonna try to rotate. Just like we did the OI training, we had 2 spots. I try to select amongst this group based on what their criteria is. And then we're going to rotate, especially the people who are a part of the subcommittee are going to take precedent. Okay. In terms of participating in the trainings and the mentoring. Now, if it's open and we have a bunch of, spots and stuff, everybody can come. But I would really like to choose from folks that have committed to the subcommittee, right? Because we're going to be setting the work. Does that make sense? Is that okay? Sound all right to you guys?
Yes.
And then be empowered and then enforcing the contract. Any questions on leadership development? So, did you go? Patrice?
No, this is the next slide. Should I be somewhere else?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, hold on. We're missing. How do you unhide something? Unhide page. Hold on. Sorry, you guys. Okay, go back one. Yes. So we talked a lot about where we're going. We talked about the issues-based campaign. Now we want to talk about some of the events that we've already done. And there's 2 things that we participated in around Juneteenth as a constituency group that was super, super successful. And I just wanted to give the folks who participated in either like the committee to put these things together or participated in general to kind of speak about these events. The first one was we did a presentation to our executive board of our local and then did a Juneteenth event. And does anybody want to volunteer to talk about that who participated in the Juneteenth Family Feud?
I just want to say that we did not cheat.
Yes, you guys did. And you lucky.
We sure did not.
Because
We
I
sure
was
did
going to say that. You guys certainly did cheat. Y'all
And
did
Steve
not.
Harvey let y'all.
Y'all cheated.
Wow.
Y'all
How
cheated.
did he get in that?
So what we did was we did a presentation first at our Juneteenth event. At our e-board presentation. And we did it based on our CBTU conference that we went to in May. And so after that, everybody went upstairs. Ashley cooked an amazing meal for everybody. And we did Family Feud Juneteenth event, and that's why you see Sam with this bald cap and his thick mustache and too big of a suit, because she was Steve Harvey. So I just want to say that the other team, which consisted of Ashley and Angie, cheated, and that's how they won. But it was a fun event. I had a good time. I don't know if anybody else wants to chime in and add anything to that.
I just want to second everything Tree said. That's all.
I thirded,
I have a question.
third, seconded. I agree. Cheaters, cheaters.
Pumpkin eaters. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that answers my question.
They cheated big time, Reggie. Cheated. I mean, phone out cheated, and Steve just turned his bald head to the side and didn't say nothing.
His mustache.
He
Never
was
mind.
busy adjusting his suit.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It was really fun though. Everybody was surprised when Steve came out, because some people really thought for some reason Steve Harvey was coming to the 770 building that's located on Chateau. Why people thought that, I don't know, but it was an amazing surprise. It was really fun. I had a good time. I had an amazing time.
Was that a jab at me? Because I didn't realize
it wasn't just you, Jess. It was a lot of people.
Oh, me too, Jess. Don't feel bad. I was one of them too.
That's hilarious. I want to add to, like, honestly, people loved the event. At the e-board afterwards, people were saying how much fun they had, how much they learned too. Like they really didn't know that much about Juneteenth. So it was just such a good time. It's so nice to be able to have like an outlet like that, because sometimes these e-board meetings can be really stressful. So I really appreciate all of the effort put in for it.
Yeah, and you know, I went to Sharon's store shortly after, and she could not get over what great of a time she had, and she actually said that was one of the best days she's ever had at eBoard. So that made me feel proud.
Are you ready?
And shout out to Outreach for also providing that wonderful photographic museum, learning about different people, and all the goodies and the cute little grocery cart with the goodies provided to as well.
Yes,
that
an
was
immersive
awesome
experience. So in all honesty, we do have fun, but we also throw education in there. So our Family Feud questions were geared towards Juneteenth. So people got to learn about that. Even though some people cheated and that's how they won, but I'm gonna just leave that alone till next year.
Those questions were hard. They were hard. They were not easy.
Sorry. So
I
that
just
was our
want to
Juneteenth.
say something.
Uh-huh.
I just want to say that was needed. The educational part and the laughing part. the little show y'all put on, it was really cute because it had me, I was just rolling the whole time. I wasn't even paying attention to the question. I knew some of them, but I was like, I can't believe they doing this. But it was needed. The union needed that laughter.
Yeah,
it's good for the soul.
I agree. And so that's some of the ways that we build community, right? And so that was one thing that we did for Juneteenth. And then the other thing I want to hand off to Ashley to talk about our big Juneteenth event with Christian Force Missionary Baptist Church. Ash?
Hey, y'all. As y'all know, that is my church. Y'all can hear me, right? Y'all can hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Y'all do know that that's my church. I've been going there since I was 2. I think personally that the event was amazing. All of the work we put into planning, all of the hours we spent, like, getting the stuff, coming up with the ideas, debating about a menu. I think like it was the perfect Juneteenth event for the outreach to bring the community, and just seeing people lining up to get there, to come to be there and just hang out. seeing how many kids came, it just warmed my heart to see all the kids having a good time and everybody enjoying themselves. We even enjoyed ourselves just to be there, just to give our time. And that's what it's really about. So, I mean, I want to hear from everybody else. I think we executed the vision of just getting the word out, and we executed the plan. I think it was a couple of things we could have probably, but they was like minor. But I felt like overall, the event was great, and we should definitely do another one before the summer is over, or maybe September. Like, I don't know, but I want to open it up to everybody else because we do it every month, every fourth Saturday of every single month at Christian Forest. So yeah, anybody else want to jump in? Did I
Nick,
miss any? Did I miss
Nick put in the
anything?
chat. Nick put in the chat. The Juneteenth event in Ashley Church was beautiful and amazing. Good turnout. Ashley's food was delicious.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you.
And then Christian Force, Reginald, not
Oh
Mount
yeah,
Moriah.
Mount Moriah.
They took the words out of my mouth.
Mount Moriah.
We meet at Ashley Church every fourth Saturday of the month because it was Juneteenth. The church wanted to plan a big event in partnership with us, Minority Coalition and CBTU. So we had other unions present as well. IUPAT, which is International. What does it stand for?
Aren't they the
IUPAT.
painters union?
The painters, yeah, glaziers. They wood, a drywall, glass makers, all of those. That's their union. And so they stepped up and they had a booth there, and they were talking to community about how to get involved with the trades. We had the president of the LA Fed, Yvonne Wheeler, present, and we had CWA, which is Communication Workers of America. They do like AT&T and stuff like that. It was a nice event. And then our president came, Kathy Finn, and we fed over, we had over 100 people, well over 100 people. And it was such a great event. We had jumpers, everything. At the end, some of us tried to get in a jumper. And I'm like, these not the same jumpers from when I was little. They are definitely different. But we had a really good time. And I just, kudos to everybody that had a hand in putting it together. And kudos to everybody who showed up. Next year, let's do it bigger and better. Joanne put, it was a good time. The community came out, the members came out, the leadership came out. It was great to the solidarity of the different unions coming out to support the cause. Absolutely. Absolutely. Anything else on the events? Kajan, let's see. Chef Ashley did her thing, did her big one. My goddaughter enjoyed her birthday, and I love my handcrafted bracelet. Yes, the food was great. You did bring. She was such a beautiful little girl. She came out. She won a raffle, right? We had like over 20 raffle prizes, well over 20 raffle prizes, and then Angie did her thing with the kids making bracelets and face painting. It was just a great event, and I'm
It
so
was.
excited for next year.
It was
And Yvonne,
beautiful.
president of the LA Fed, came out too. Yep, she came out too, and she even said she had a good time, Nick. She says it's the first time in a long time she just got to come and enjoy an event. Not having to speak, not having, to really do anything. So that was really good. So what's coming up? We talked about what we did. What's coming up? We have a few things. I want Jesse to talk a little bit about the pharmacy campaign and what's going on with that and how you can get involved. And then we'll talk about our next up and coming event. Oh, Kevin, you definitely going to come to the next one.
Thank you, Sam. So we have negotiations next week on Thursday and Friday, so the 6th and 7th. It's been about 5 weeks since our last negotiation dates. It was 6 weeks prior to that we had the dates. So they're really stretching this out as long as possible. Today we had an action outside of one of the Ralphs in Sherman Oaks. We're basically just giving the customers a heads up that the pharmacists have voted to authorize an unfair labor practice strike. And so we're telling customers now so that they're aware that in
I
case
wanted some
there
sheer
is a
ones.
strike, yeah,
Some
in case
long
there,
sheer ones to go right here.
sorry, Ashley, we can hear you. Oh, she's good. So we're letting customers know that in case there is a strike, they should consider transferring their prescriptions out to a union CVS so that they can actually get their medication. So we're trying to get ahead of it. We have another event tomorrow. That's the information's on the screen here. It's going to be from 11 to 1 at the Albertsons on Crenshaw. If you guys can come out, it would be great. I know it's been really hard for us to actually get the pharmacists out because this week and next week, we actually have our like annual flu training since flu season typically starts in like August, September. But we're really hoping that we get a good contract. You know, I'm not usually optimistic about these things, so we'll see how it goes. But if y'all can talk to your pharmacists, you know, sometimes it can be intimidating, but I think it's good. We really need to connect more with the rest of the store, and sometimes someone coming around and just saying hi and introducing themselves might make a difference.
Absolutely. I don't know if you mentioned, Jess, but we've been negotiating with the company since January of this year. And we still have yet to have a decent deal or proposal regarding our pharmacists. And the action is next Wednesday, 8/5, at the Albertsons on Crenshaw Boulevard from 11 to 1. Can you guys make it? Who's off next week or who's off at that time? Can y'all make it? Let me see some hands.
My bad, I
Y'all
gave
going?
you
I
a
know y'all
bit.
have schedules. I know you have your schedule already, so y'all want to go
I'm
ahead
back.
and take a look.
I'm back from vacation, so yes, definitely. Will be.
Okay, we got Angie. Who else? Ashley, you work next Wednesday on the 5th?
I work all week. What time is it
11
again?
to 1. Even if people can come out for an hour, we need all the support we
I
can
could.
get.
Mhm. I'll see if I can go in early and get off early.
Okay, we got a
Sam,
somewhat
what
of a
store is
commitment.
it at?
It's at Albertsons on Crenshaw.
Oh, that one. Because I'm doing a ride along
Crenshaw
with
and
a few.
King.
I'm doing a ride along with a few of my members, and I'll just come over there.
Yeah, bring them over to the action. It's from 11 to 1.
Okay,
Wednesday, August 5th, 11 to 1 p.m.
got it.
Um, at Albertsons on King and Crenshaw. Okay. We have about 250 pharmacists in our local, Jess.
Yeah, and then it's about, I think it's probably about 250, but there's about 800 pharmacists in total across SoCal. To answer Nick's question, we did have a lot of shop stewards and people in the area show up today, so thank you to all the members who came. One of the big things that we're trying to get back in this contract is alignment with y'all's contract in the front end. That's one of the things, I don't know why we agreed to it 4 years ago, but we separated from your contract. And I will say, if it does come to a strike for the pharmacists, if you all are working at a store and you show up and there is the pharmacist on the picket line, your contract does allow you to honor the picket line. So I know this is a little different because you're not technically striking, but you are observing a picket line outside your store. So you do have that right. I want to make sure that people understand that too, because I don't think we've done the best job necessarily at advertising it, but it really is trying to get us together. And if we can get in an alignment so that we're all negotiating together next time, hopefully we won't have this like weird issue moving forward.
Right.
And I know some of us have definitely been using that as a talking point on this campaign because it is super important. I know Nick is a dedicated member, and I know he would love to see that contract aligned. A lot of our pharmacy technicians would love that because it's leverage for us to I mean, not just the text, but the store and all the stores.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So again, action next Wednesday. Please show up to support the pharmacists if you can. Who said that they can? Ashley's a maybe. We know Angie will be there. Jess will be there. Joanne said if she, I know your local's also doing actions, local 324. If you guys are not, please, if you can come support. Michelle said she'll be doing some ride along, so that's perfect. You can pull up, bring the members. Nick said he has to work, but he'll see what he can do. Any other commitments? I work not too far. I'll definitely try and stop by. We got Big TK who's going to try to stop by. Please show up because it does what we do before a strike, right, matters more than an actual strike, right? Contracts are won with the actions that we do leading up to a strike. A strike is like the absolute last resort. Okay, who else? All right, so I wrote y'all names down. It's on the 5th, Pajan.
And then there's bargaining on the 6th, and we are encouraging anyone who has access to a pharmacist or can, also just give them a thumbs up, let them know like, hey, we know this is coming up. It's we're working on signs. So that's a way of, getting them out there too, getting hands-on with the campaign. That's really important. But just like a little nod so that they know that, the stores are behind them.
Thanks, Angie. And then the next thing we have coming up as a coalition is our health fair, our annual health fair. So save the date. It would be great if you guys could request that day off, or even if like you get off early. We do an annual health fair in honor of sickle cell, right? To bring awareness to sickle cell. One great thing that the Minority Coalition International does is that we raise funds for sickle cell research, and we have a foundation called Faces of Our Children. And we've raised over hundreds of thousands of dollars for sickle cell research because it's a debilitating disease. And what we do in honor of that here is that we have an annual health fair. And so this health fair will have like a clinic, get free screenings for diabetes, blood pressures, health, dental, cholesterol. And then if you have a PPO, our medical PPO, you can earn money in your HRA by scheduling a biometric screening. So we would ask, because we are sponsoring the health fair, we put it on, we get different, it's fun. We get different vendors to come out. We're going to do a plant the seed is what we did last year. Michelle was a part of that, right, Michelle, where we planted a seed. We had little pots. Yes, we had soil. We got to plant a seed in honor of, I think we named different things that we wanted to plant a seed for. And mine didn't grow, but I know yours did, right, Michelle? I think Michelle's
grew, and
then
two. One grew and one didn't do absolutely nothing.
So this year, hopefully they all grow. And then one of our coworkers, hers is thriving. And we did this last year. And then we follow up with yoga. And so we'll do that. And then yoga is like a small cost. But stick around and do it. It's such a good event. And if you guys participated last year or prior years, we have a good time. So that's September 17th. Save the date. We're creating the flyers now. We just pinned down the date. It's the day of eBoard for anybody who's on eBoard. So you'll already be there. But anybody else, if you go to work early and at least come out to help man like our tables, because we do have a Minority Coalition table set up. We want to have a CBTU table set up, so it'll be really good. More gentle yoga than. Oh yeah, Jess led yoga one year, the first year, and ooh boy, you did a great job though, Jess. And then hopefully Patrice will be leading next year because she's in class now to be a yoga instructor. So, any questions on that? All right, moving right along. So, I saw a hand, Nick.
Oh, this was just a side question about on the 6th, can shop stewards who aren't um in the pharmacy come out and make signs, or is it just for the
Yeah.
pharmacist?
No, you guys will come out too. The
Oh,
more the
okay.
merrier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could send so okay, we need to send out the info for that. We'll send out the info for the action. We'll send out the info for what else was it? The
The
health fair. So we'll send all the
health, yeah.
information out. Yeah.
Sorry, when's this the 6th on? I mean, sorry, like what time is it? Where is it again?
I know Jess has the flyer, so we'll send it to the group. I'll have Jess send it to the group.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll
okay.
send it. It's gonna be
All
at
right.
the 324 in Buena Park
Mm-hmm.
At
What time?
10 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Well, the bargaining
But
starts at 10.
yeah,
I think the sign making actually starts at noon.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
whatever you can make. Um, yeah, either one. But
Yeah.
we'll send the info though.
We'll
Okay.
send everything. Thanks,
All
Nick.
right. Thank you, everybody.
That was a good question.
thank you.
So the next thing we want to start, this was inspired by Patrice, and I'll let her take over, but we wanted to highlight, do a member spotlight, right? And this is kind of like the beginning of it. And the first person we would like to do a member spotlight for is Pajan. And I'll let Patrice take over.
Yes, so I thought it was important to highlight the members who are in this group because you guys do so much work. And I wanted to start with Pajan because there's something that happened in her store that was very devastating. Some of you probably saw it on social media, and some of you probably saw it on the news. But I'm gonna go ahead and start with her, and I'll play the video for you guys to see.
How could anybody do that? I mean, the lack of empathy is just horrible. It is horrific.
On July 5th, Pajan Horner Smith says she was working as a supervisor at this Granada Hills Vons when a customer suffered a medical emergency. Horner Smith says she and another employee performed CPR, but the customer did not survive. The Los Angeles Fire Department says crews were called to the store just after 7 that night for a report of a cardiac arrest. Horner Smith says what happened next was troubling.
I'm being called by someone in corporate because they're looking at the cameras telling me that I need to barricade the body by using carts.
Horner Smith claims employees were told to surround the body with carts and umbrellas while the store remained open.
Poor family that's just sitting there. They can't even see their loved one. They can't touch their loved one. And they sat in the store for 4 hours while people continued to shop around their deceased loved one.
UFCW Local 770 President Kathy Finn says she contacted the Albertsons Labor Relations Department after learning about the incident.
Are there protocols for what's supposed to happen in this situation? And they were going to get back to me, but as of yet, I've not heard back anything.
The union is now urging the company to review its emergency protocols.
This situation is just one incident of that kind of callous attitude towards the needs of the workers.
Vons, you need to do better. You need to have some sort of policy when someone passes away in the store. This should not have happened, and it should never happen again.
Pajan, I don't know if you want to speak on this on a call or not.
Yeah, I can speak on it. So yeah, as everybody can see, how horrible and disgusting, and the monsters that I'm calling them monsters that we work for. And I had originally did a if you go to the 770 website, I was encouraged by her name is Kathleen, and she's part of the she helped design the group The Steward Social, and when she had called me before I was going to the store, and she encouraged me to do a video, and then I did that video, and then I dropped it into the comms chat because I couldn't figure out how to send it to her so she could pick it up. And the head of comms, Heather, got in touch with me and said, "That's really powerful. Do you mind if I also put it on the page?" And I said, "Absolutely, expose them." expose them, because what they did to myself and to the 9 other people that I worked with and that family was disgusting. And when things happen, we should not be quiet about these things. My activism was activated, and I'm not done. And you have to continue to basically, when something is wrong, you got to call them out on it and not be afraid and have the courage to do it. And it's still what's happening right now. It's even more horrible because we still don't have the mental health help. It took them 6 days to even get us the help that we needed. And that only happened because I went to the media and I exposed them. And as of right now, the company is demanding us to come back to work. And we haven't had any mental health help, which is absolutely ridiculous. So.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, thanks, Pajan, for speaking up. You know, I think the spotlighting you, not just because of the situation, but because of your act. You said it was activated then. It's been activated. It's been, your activism has been activated. You just got a chance to like put it on blast, right? And so thank you for your strength and being empowered to speak up and speak out. And even with still dealing with everything that you're dealing with, you're still here. You still showed up. You still here. And so whatever support you need, please let us know. I know I owe you a call. I see you called me last night. I was knocked out. And I tell you, I was counting sheep. But I'm gonna give you a call after this. But thank you for sharing your story with us, because it should empower every member on this call that if something happened, you have the right to speak up and speak out. And don't be afraid to call your union either.
I appreciate the spotlight. Thank you so much for the spotlight. Thank you.
You're welcome. And there was a page before this, Patrice. Was it showing with her pictures? And I mean, we're segueing into social media, but like Pajan said, there's so many different ways to get involved in your union. They have a comms committee, right, Pajan, that you're a part of, and she said that she dropped the video that she was inspired to make by Kathleen, who's another shop steward, who has a social committee. But she dropped it into the comms and then they pushed it out. And this is kind of just a display of not even all of it, just some of the different networks that picked up on the story, on her story, right? And so social media is so important and so powerful. Kenya, you're on the line, right?
Kenya actually had to get off the call.
She had to hop off?
Yeah.
Okay. So I wanted to segue into the importance of social media.
Kenya's not on a call, but Kenya is our social media content creator. And when she can't contribute to the page, I'll step in for her. So I know she's been going through a lot personally the last week or so. Mm-hmm. So I've been doing the reposting for her to take some of the pressure off of her. But our social media, we're building power online and offline. Our goal is to recruit, engage, organize, build solidarity, mobilize actions, campaigns, create a positive influence, and communicate with our current members. Most of all, we are lit. Y'all see that? We have fun. That's what we do. We definitely get the work done, but we have fun as well. So when you guys are out there and you're doing things, put it on social media, tag us. We repost it. I'm very good at, if Kenya didn't catch something, then I'll catch it. We like to get, our members' involvement on our page, right? Because that's what it's all about. We want to see you guys out there. Pajan's story, we shared it to the page. We reposted it. She was actually everywhere a couple weeks ago when this first happened, and we were reposting everything. Like every story we saw with her on there, we were reposting it. When you guys are out in the field, and you guys are doing actions and you post it to your page, tag us in it, share it with us. You can send it to us and we'll post it on there. We just trying to get our members on our page and get as much involvement as we possibly can.
But believe it or not, like we got a lot of people. I don't know if Angela's still on the call, but Angela saw us on social media a few years ago and was like, "What is this? I would like to be a part of it." People are inspired. Other members are inspired by the work that you guys are doing. And we just want to display it. Like we would just want to make sure that you guys are seen, right? And that we get more engagement from other members who don't know a constituency group like this exists, right? That there's space in their union for them to share their voice, to share their opinions, right? For them to show growth. And so social media is so important. And so if you guys, even if you record a video at work or whatever, drop it into WhatsApp. Send it in a group, and we want to post that stuff, especially if it works. So what you see on our pages, you see all of our members, all the different events that we do. We try to take a lot of pictures and videos. We have a special Dropbox we can share out that you can drop the stuff in as well. But we want to highlight you guys because you're the ones on the ground doing the work. This is your union. More pictures, so stay connected. If you're not following our social medias, we have Instagram, ufcw770.mc. We have TikTok. We need to get back on TikTok.
Yeah,
we've been slacking. But you know what, our TikTok was vital when it came to the work we did around Prop 50, right? Extremely important. We got a lot of views and a lot of engagement from people around Prop 50, right? And I like to think we were very instrumental in getting that passed. We were boots on the ground, door knocking, having one-on-one conversations with people. We got YouTube, UFCW Minority Coalition, our YouTube page, and then obviously we have our email, right? All of these ways you can stay connected, and we can use it to like display you guys. And it's not just work that we do with the union, it's stuff that we do outside of the union when we're in community. Me and TK went to the Hollywood Bowl for Juneteenth, and we saw Chance the Rapper, and we had a great time. So different events, and then we just happened to see Ashley. I don't know where she came from. We saw her at the end.
Girl, saw me at the end of what now?
At the Hollywood Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
So we like to be in community with each other, and we also will highlight that stuff. You go for it. You went to the Hollywood Bowl and saw who? And saw Tower of Power. What's Tower? I don't know what Tower of Power is, Reginald.
That's an older group, I think. I was about to say, ask Reggie, he knows, but it must have came from him. I can't see, I'm sorry.
It did. He gonna say never mind.
Reggie's over here aging himself. Stop it, Reggie.
No, Reggie, the thing about him, he's a music connoisseur. So that man, if you ever ride in a car with him, just be prepared to hear some African drum, some jazz, it could be some rap music.
Now,
right, Reggie?
Why would you bring African drums in here knowing that that's your expertise?
I mean, I played African drums a little bit, in my time.
A lot of it. Yeah. He's multi-talented, guys.
No, I've been known to go from Dr. Dre to Sinatra.
That's what makes you so special, Reggie.
Yeah, just don't let him get too comfortable singing a song because he might run over a curb with you in the car. But it's cool. That's a discussion for a different day.
That song is awesome though, man. That was a good night.
That was a good night. But yeah, so again, we like to be in community with each other. Especially if you have an event you want to go to and you're like, I don't have nobody to take. Shoot, put it in a group. One of us might go. So the last thing I want to leave you guys with, when is the next event we need to take it outside? Black food tour, brunch at a Black-owned farm. Ooh, it sounds like you're going to plan it, Joanne. Our next event, it sounds like Joanne is going to plan. Ooh, I like that. Joanne is going to plan the next event. Okay, see, that's what I like. See, that's what I like. Joanne said, I'm gonna accept it. Okay, so we're gonna be looking to you. So the last thing I want to leave you guys with is, if you could share your story with someone, what would it be? Last time we had a meeting, we talked about sharing, the importance of sharing your stories. We see the importance of sharing a story, right? Because Pajan had to share hers, right? Now it's not a story that we would wish, but every story is not a happy story, right? But it's important to share it. And so I keep putting myself on mute. Sorry. If you could share your story with someone, what would it be? We want to start with that next month with some of your stories. If you feel comfortable about it, we would like for you guys to share your story. Because the important thing is to tell your stories. Don't let anyone else tell it for you. Because once they get it, it's no telling what type of narrative they spew. If it was up to Vaughn's Pavilions, right, it's no telling what they would say, right? So it's important to tell our stories and not allow someone else to tell it for us. So that's what I'm going to leave you guys with. There's nothing else. We're done. Any questions or comments or final words? Anybody?
There's strength in numbers, and there's a whole army behind us.
Strength in numbers and a whole army behind us.
And we love each other. We got to spread love and give love and be loved.
Ooh, spread that love.
I
Anybody
just
else?
want to say this was an awesome meeting, and never deny yourself therapy, especially if it's not that big.
Never deny yourself therapy. Ooh, I like that. Anything else? Nick said it's great seeing everyone again, new faces too. Yep. And thank you to our new members who hopped on. Angie, I think Kevin, you invited Kevin. Please share the WhatsApp with him.
I definitely will.
Okay. Thank you guys. See you on the 5th and the 6th.
Before we go, I'd like to say that I'm having a 9:30 p.m. Member gathering at the No Smoking Bar in Culver City tonight. If anyone would like to join.
Okay.
A member meeting with yeah, don't be jealous.
I heard that.
You said it's a no smoke?
The place
Would
is
you be like
called,
no?
the irony in that, a bunch of cannabis members meeting at a place called the No Smoking Bar that ironically allows smoking, which is how they kind of came about it. Shout out to the cannabis members, but no.
That's the best.
So
That's dope.
I'm on my way home to take a shower. Look, send me the
Me
address.
too. That sounds dope. All right, guys. Good night. See you next week.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.